the Behind the Sims live stream was just the other day, and it was wild. I was so excited to see what the devs had to share about Project Rene, the next version of The Sims, and they did not disappoint. First of all, let me just say that the devs seem really passionate about this project. They really want to create a next-generation Sims experience that will blow us all away. So we got a first visual preview of the animations, visuals, and lighting coming with The Sims 5. The Sims are going to be more expressive than ever before, and the lighting is going to be stunning. As you can see here, this lighting is absolutely awesome. This is just a prototype scene, and the lighting in this is so cool. The only little bugbear that I've got, nitpick that I've got about this is, to me, I'm getting huge, next generation Wallace and Gromit vibes from this, and I don't know why. The lighting is gorgeous in this prototype scene. It really is, and these walls, the fact that we've got angled walls in this prototype scene is awesome as well. And I'm really, really hoping that we'll be able to, build those things into the game as well. And it looks like there's a curved wall there, and just seriously, so much awesome things to look at here. Here's another example of the lighting at night, which is just freaking gorgeous. Then we've got another scene here of the same flat looking towards the kitchen. Project Rene is set to bring Simmers on a whole new experience with rich gameplay and customization features. The devs are really focused on giving players endless possibilities to create their own stories. And even better, The Sims 5 will be playable across multiple platforms, crossing the bridge between high definition on PC and console, and your lower definition on mobile. That means that hopefully we'll be able to play with our friends no matter where they are and what they're playing on. The several producers and developers for Project Rene shared the work that they're doing on the game, and it gave us a glimpse into what the next generation of The Sims will be like. Did you know that Gina, the creative director for Project Rene, spends her time thinking about how players will interact with the game? She wants to make sure that the gameplay, content, and narrative are all aligned to create a truly immersive experience. Gina says that she's always asking herself questions like, what kind of stories do players want to tell? What kind of experiences do they want to have in the game? What kind of emotions do they want to feel? She then works with the developers to come up with answers to these questions. They're constantly iterating and experimenting, trying to find the right balance of gameplay, content, and narrative. Personally, I think it's awesome that Gina is so focused on player interaction. It shows that she really cares about making a game that Simmers will love. It sounds like they're really focused on creating a game that will allow Simmers to be as creative as possible. Now, Stu, the art and visual director for Project Rene, mentioned in the Behind the Sims stream that lighting has a massive impact on the look of the game, as you can see in these screens here. Stu has been working with the team to explore new lighting technologies that will enable them to create highly customizable spaces and let players tell emotional, resonant stories. So here are a few things that Stu is excited about. The ability to create more realistic and dynamic lighting, as we can see in these screenshots. This will allow players to create spaces that feel more lived in and believable. The ability to tell more emotional stories through lighting. For example, they could use lighting to create a sense of suspense or to highlight the emotional state of a sim. And the ability to make Project Rene look great on all platforms. The developers want players to be able to enjoy the game no matter where they are or what device they're using. It sounds to me like they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with lighting in games, and I'm super excited about it. The devs have been working on some simple prototypes to explore what Sims do during the day as well. So here are a few things that the devs have been exploring. Where do Sims go during the day? What do they see? What are their schedules and routines? All of this is going to help the devs create a living, breathing neighborhood where Sims can interact with each other and the environment in meaningful ways. The animation director for Project Rene, Nawaf, is driven by the phrase, read the room. This means that he wants players to be able to tell how a sim is feeling and what they're thinking just by how they behave. Nawaf says that this is a challenge, but it's one that he's up for. He wants to create animations that are so expressive that players cannot help but be drawn in. So here are a few things that Noaf is working on. A variety of attitudes, emotions, and postures. He wants to make sure that Sims have a wide range of expressions so that players can always tell what they're feeling. So for example, here we've got Sims that are active, Sims that are passive, and Sims that are feeling secure. And you can definitely tell the difference in the body language here between these three animations. He also is working on animations that work across objects and socialization. He wants Sims to be able to interact with the world around them in a natural way so that their animations are always believable. Games start out in a very basic state, as you may know. Before all of the 3D models, animations, audio, and scripted behaviors can merge, they're just a bunch of code, sketches, and written ideas. And stuff like this, where you get extreme placeholder graphics. Now, Manu, the technical director for Project Rene, knows this all too well. He has been working with the team to bring their ideas to life with their first version of the simulation. So Manu is excited about seeing Sims navigate their own world. He has been working on the AI that controls how Sims move around and interact with the environment, and he's really excited to see how it all comes together. He's also been working on how Sims interact with objects, and he's super excited to see how Sims will use objects to satisfy their needs. Now, Azure, who is a producer of Project Rene, is super passionate about hair. She thinks that one of the most important ways that we express ourselves is through our hairstyle. She's trying to figure out how to model a wide variety of hairstyles across the broad range of humanity. They want to make sure that players have a wide variety of options to choose from so that we can create the sim that we've always wanted. He also wants to have hair that looks and feels real, with a wide variety of styles, colors, and lengths, so it will allow players to express themselves and their individual styles. And as you can see here, they were showing this visual for hair customization exploration that basically shows how it's changing color. So you've got the base root, you've got the highlights here, and then you've got an actual color on the length of the hair, just to add even more personalization to your Sims. The socialization is fundamental for the experience in The Sims. It's how we interact with other Sims, build relationships, and create stories. Another producer on Project Rene has been working with the team to make sure that socializing is as clear and easy to understand as possible. So here are a few things that Jill is focused on that she covered during the Behind the Sims Summit just the other day over on YouTube. Jill wants to make sure that the visuals are clear and playful. He wants players to be able to easily understand what their Sims are talking about, even if they're not paying close attention. Jill has been experimenting with how little information is needed. She wants to make sure that the UI is not too cluttered, but it still provides enough information for players to be able to follow the conversation. Finding that sweet spot between too much and too little information is also really, really important to Jill. She wants to make sure that players have the information they need, that they're not overwhelmed by the information. So as you can see, there are many elements that the devs are exploring and solving for, and they're very excited to be able to share all of this at such an early stage. So I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into what the devs shared about Project Rene, the next version of The Sims. It's clear that the team is passionate about creating a truly next-generation Sims experience, and I am so excited to find out what they come up with in the future. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts on the current stage and development plans for The Sims 5/Project Rene in the conversation down below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates on this game as I hear about them. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.